Okay, hey guys, this is our very first episode, and we're diving into the world of Pacific Rim. You know, the big robots, the two pilots, the kaiju fighters. What an amazing movie! And we're here to discuss this in full. What was the nice things of the movie? Does it qualify for a rewatch? Does it qualify to have a great discussion? And so we'll uncover this in a little bit more detail. So recent as Mr. Popcorn, no, sorry, as Mr. Opinion here, what do you think of the movie? Your first take, your one sentencer of Pacific Rim.
I would say in terms, okay, so one sentence, it would be really cool robot fights. That would be my
Okay.
my opinion on that because like I remember when Suspirum came out, it was so cool because like I was young at the time and I was like, what? There's huge robots fighting at some Power Rangers? This is crazy.
I think it gives the Power Ranger Megazord type of effect. Like it's a bunch of people making this robot fight and big monsters as well. So if I can put it in a one sentence, big robot fighting a evil monster, and for some reason, right? Okay, point. For some reason, even this robot not being a human, I wanted to be like this robot. It's so cool, and I thought, wow. When I was also young at the time, I thought, wow, this is something to live up to.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a very long one sentence, but we go with it. Like you put so many commas there. Like it was like don't put the
I
full
said,
stop. It was like
God,
comma, 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 and
and
man, you used
yeah.
all the conjunctions.
Well, but got to make it all the way type of type. Well, that's just a little bit of who I am. I like putting another tail to the story as much as I can.
Fair enough.
So
So anyway, what did you think
yeah.
of the movie from? Okay, I know like Pacific Rim for me, right? Like I've watched it so many times. Like it's a very nice rewatchable movie. And what I kind of
Mhm.
also like is like I like to critique the inaccuracies as well, like in terms of if this were to happen in real day versus in fiction. So it's just been a thing of mine. Like,
Mhm.
so I'm not gonna hate on the movie and be like, oh no, this wasn't practical, this was like, but it's just something that I've always done and I always love to
Yeah.
like in inverted commas complain about. But really, it's just
Yes.
like it's just to poke fun at like, okay, cool, this would not be practical in real life. Like, but anyway,
Yeah, I think
what did you think of it?
so. Before I go into like the realism and things like that, I have to tell our listeners me and Reeson, we work at the same company. We've became good friends, and we came to the point to think he's
Besties.
precisely like Batman. We were besties, and he's like Batman. I'm like Superman. I'm idealistic. He's practical. So yeah, he likes the realism. He likes the factors. Likes to take it all into like perspective, and I like to believe. So in terms of the
Yeah, I,
realism,
I I don't have a big bank account like Batman, but I'm trying.
oh, well, I mean,
Oh, and
we
do
would
you have
aspire
kryptonite?
to have that.
Did you get hurt over a rock?
Um, well, if you mm, maybe I don't know.
I
If
knew
there's a
it.
green rock lying around, I'll tell you. Because I mean, it's only Batman that I trust. Um, so to dive into the movie, the realism factors and everything. Um, the, of the basis of the movie, right? So it seems believable to me because let's take on the two pilots for example. So in this the whole, if I can say, um, layout of a Jaeger. So they call these big robots Jaegers. They are powered by two pilots, and just because it's too much like mental or brain strain if one pilot operates this thing. So if I take the realism and the science and the almost I would say the neural connections and things like that, it's super realistic.
Hmm. Interesting. It's like,
I
you
don't know
know
what
why
what do you
I
think?
kind of, it's like I like the concept, but also like in terms of like it, it's really cool from like like from a like how can I say from a like a futuristic standpoint, right? In that sort of, but like in a
Yeah.
practicality, right? You're building
Uh-huh.
huge mechs that are massive, right? And you are going up
Yeah.
against these kaiju, right? These monsters. Wouldn't there
Mm,
have been
mm.
more of an effective way of fighting these things? Like, look at it, look at it like this, right? The amount of money that they've spent to build these things just for them to get
Yeah.
destroyed. Like,
I get you.
okay, I'll give you an example, right? Look at, okay, this is going to go into the movie a bit, but Striker Eureka, right? One of the fastest,
Yes.
um, one of the fastest Jaegers. I'm not gonna lie to you, Jaeger sounds like such a cool word. Shout out to the Germans on that one. That's
Hmm.
such a cool word. Yeah,
Yeah. Big, like we can go into the definitions right now, but super cool word. I do agree.
yeah. So anyway, if you look at it, in the one scene it where that one kaiju broke through the wall of hope, right? Or the freedom wall, or whatever. It was a wall. It broke through. It probably wasn't a good
Mm.
wall. But
Yeah.
anyway, it wasn't the best wall.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this all happened, and then you get Striker Eureka that just starts pummeling this thing. And then
Yeah.
you just
Plummeting
see
that
it
thing
all
into yeah. Okay.
into
Sorry. Carry on.
oblivion. So,
Yeah.
and then he opens up his chest, right? And you can see these mounted guns that are there. Why
Hmm.
couldn't you just put that on the breach, right? Put that there, have a monitoring system, and just annihilate the kaiju as they come through.
I mean, you make a fantastic point. I mean, of course, that would be um, let's say we given the fact
Practical.
that the kaiju of the sorry practical, so it's practical, the practicality of it makes sense given the kaiju, Japanese word by the way,
Hmm.
they originate from not the stars, not from like outer space. They are the aliens that come out of the ocean. So putting the guns and everything on the wall makes for a great point. But then I have to ask you, what about our audiences, right? So we want the big monster to face his demise via our big monster, our big mechanical creations, which is kind of cool. It's kind of inspiring, and so it goes on. I mean,
Fair enough, fair enough. I get it.
otherwise,
It makes for good
otherwise
cinema,
we
but
won't.
like,
It makes a good story. Otherwise, we won't have a story. Then it would be like, oh, it's the movie about the wall with the guns. You know?
yeah. But okay, let's go on now to what I really liked about what I really liked about this movie was firstly it was different. It wasn't Power Rangers, which was great. Even though Power Rangers, not gonna
Yeah.
hate it, Power Rangers is very good. Like it's goated. But here, hear me out. So
Did you watch Power Rangers when
basically,
you grew up?
yes, I did. I loved it. I was always the Red
Oh,
Ranger.
it was
Uh,
amazing.
so
Were you a
anyway,
Red
I digress.
Ranger? Oh,
Yes.
I'd
All
like the
right.
Blue
So
Ranger. Just on a different point. Okay, go.
all right. So anyway, from that, right, I would say what I really liked about Pacific Rim was well, the first one was if you look at it right, comparing this one to the second one, I would say this one was really good because you could feel the weight of the Jaegers. Like they
Okay.
were very slow in their movement. Yes, Striker Eureka was faster, but it's still there was weight
Yes,
behind the punches. Like
I think
even if you look
they
at
called
this,
him. They yeah.
no talk. Is what you say?
Sorry. So they called him like the fifth or fourth generation like Jaeger, which was designed for speed, um, and it wasn't nuclear by sense. It was all digital. So
Yeah,
everything of Striker Eureka was created for speed, functionality, and effective fighting.
Yeah. But if you still look at Shadow Eureka, it still moves like it has weight behind its punches. Right.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
is faster than the other Jaegers. Don't get me wrong. But if you look at it, right, what I liked about Gypsy and all of the other ones were that yes, but you could see that these were machines, that they were heavy, that
Yeah.
they had to move the way that they did. Right. Like when Gypsy punched one of the kaiju, right? You could feel that
Hmm.
hit. Like you could feel all of that. So that's
Like
what was
yo.
really
Yeah.
exactly, and especially like my teenager mind was getting blown by all of this stuff. Like literally a big metal robot punching an ugly giant monster. Like that was peak childhood. And your parents make you watch it in the cinema. Like I mean, mind blown. But yeah, like what I really
Made for a
liked,
good cinema. You said that earlier. Yeah.
yeah. And then when I
But
actually watched
before we
it
go,
again, sorry,
yeah, before we go on like in too much detail, um, perhaps we should go into like we can carry on with your point. I just want to tell our audience like of all the Jaegers that was in the first movie. I mean, we had Gypsy Event, sorry, Gypsy what?
Gypsy
Gypsy
Danger.
Danger. We had Striker Eureka, Crimson Fury. Who was that? Two Russian pilots.
Oh, I cannot remember. It
Yeah.
is literally it is Crimson Typhoon. No, no, Crimson Typhoon was the three was the one with the
Yeah.
three arms.
They had
No,
three Jaegers. It was a three operation rig that they call it.
yeah, yeah, it was yeah, that was Crimson Typhoon.
Uh-huh.
Then we have
Yeah.
Gypsy Danger. That's the one with main character energy. And then we have uh Eureka, and we're missing one more. Russian one. I can't
That
remember what
that
it is.
Russian one is Cherno Alpha. I just remembered. Cherno
Yes.
Alpha. Yeah. Okay, so carry on with your point
All
regarding
right.
the
So
Jaegers earlier. Yeah.
yes. Okay. So what
You
was
felt
nice
the
is,
punches.
and if you notice in the
Yeah.
movie,
Hmm.
when that Russian bot starts beating the living days out of that kaiju, have you ever noticed the music changes to suit the Jaeger?
Ah,
It
okay. I'm
does. Like
following
it
you.
goes into more a Russian beat, like metal sort of thing when the Russian robot starts attacking versus when
Yes.
Gypsy or any of the other ones start. So you can
I
see
mean,
there's
we
like
had
a
that
different. Exactly.
almost, but when Gypsy came in, it was that type of effect. The music
Exactly.
was absolute fire.
Yeah. Also, what I really liked was that the setting of it was like very nice in the evenings because like if you see a gypsy walking through the city, you can see it's the reflections off of the actual the Jaeger, which is really cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it made it
all
very
the
realistic.
lights. Yeah,
Comparing
and
it to the
if
second one, which wasn't that great.
I mean, can I just then put my hands together and give a great applause for the CGI compared to what we have now in different movies and even in the new Pacific Rim, right? The
Yeah.
the absolute masterwork of CGI that we have in Pacific Rim 1 is just amazing, right? So everything felt real. It, they, all the CGI was designed to make it feel as if there can be a robot outside my house right now fighting a big kaiju.
Pretty much. I 100% agree with that one. Like, at one point, I was like, is this real? Like, is there Jaegers out there? Like, is, are they just like,
Yeah,
what's going on? I was like, damn.
yeah, totally agree. And then, and every and the heroism that was put into the CGI. Well, now if I can branch the CGI to the director style, like the style of directing this movie. So, um, making like slow movements, hitting the kaiju, and you just thought, I'm supporting the right team. This is totally awesome. Everything was created to instill that type of feeling of heroism, bravery from a big robot. Two pilots. Great stuff.
I feel like if I could encapsulate if I could encapsulate Pacific Rim, the first one, like in terms of
Hmm.
everything, like in terms of the Jaegers, I would, and this is going to be a bit, how can I say, full circle event because in the movie, this actually was a quote. Yeah, I would sum up Pacific Rim, especially with the Jaegers and how they felt and stuff like that. It was before when if you're on the ground and there's a hurricane,
Uh-huh.
you get out of the
Yeah.
way. But when you're in a Jaeger, that's a time where you can stand up to the hurricane and fight it,
Mm.
and you actually win.
Oh,
That's how I felt of
such
the
a
Jaegers
such a cool
there.
quote. Such a cool quote. Yes,
I
yes,
probably
yes, yes.
butchered
And
it,
I
but
mean,
yes.
no, but I understand the reference completely. And that was like the opening scenes when we got to see how the Jaeger program started, how we started seeing the first appearances of kaiju. What was the first resources of humanity's defense upon these kaijus? I mean, there was a time they didn't use the Jaegers at all, and they saw that the almost the cost of war and the cost of, how can I say, the loss was so big. I mean, they decided to create the Jaeger program to defend Earth, and in quote unquote, they said, and we started winning. Up until a point where Jaegers didn't, oh, sorry, where the Kaijus didn't come for like 10 years. And then after that, they just started showing up again. So it wasn't as if they won the fight. It feels to me almost like Kaijus retreated, had a little bit of a war discussion, and said, okay, we got to hit these humans with all we got.
Wait. Just to clarify, are we talking about the 10 years in the first movie, or is it from the first movie to the second?
Uh,
Because the
10 years
because
is
the
the
first
first
and
one.
the okay, cool. Uh, because I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
there was a 10 year. I actually watched the second movie again, just like in
Uh-huh.
preparation of when we compare these things, and they did
Yeah,
mention
yeah,
that there was 10 years after the first movie to the second one. So yeah,
yeah.
I
Seems
just
like we
wanted to
like that
see.
10 years. Yeah,
Yeah, so like
we
I
like
just
10
wanted
years.
to. Sorry about that. Basically was that because I remember we were actually chatting about this before, and we were like, if you look at the first to the second one, there's like we wanted to find out the gap
Yeah,
that was there, and I was like, interesting. So anyway,
yeah.
yeah, as we talked about with the first movie, so lighting, basically everything in that movie was great. The only
Mm.
a bit of stupid things that were in there were that the sword that they didn't use, firstly, like he didn't realize that they had it, right? That's first. That's the first thing that like irritates me. The second one, right? And this is the big one. Okay, so we go
Okay,
back.
I'm
We keep
listening. I'm listening.
emphasizing the point of Jaegers need two pilots in order to function, right?
Yes, yes.
How did the main character get to that Jaeger all the way back to shore with one person in?
Mm. So in this movie, I mean, I did mention this as well earlier. Like the brain strain, the load is too much for one person. So it's a big robot. So it's hard to control. So in a sense, I want to say adrenaline. I want to say adrenaline because this is a and this is actually quite a sad story. So the in the first movie, it's two brothers that initially they were drifting. So drifting is just meaning they're piloting together. So and the kaiju attacked Gypsy Danger, ripping out the one pilot from the like helmet of the Jaeger. And
He didn't
to be
have great
honest,
plot armor.
yeah, that's good. Oh,
He
that was
did
a good
not
one.
spring for the
That
plot
was
armor package.
you fired that one from the hip, didn't you?
Pardon?
You fired that one from the hip, didn't you?
Oh no, definitely.
So
He did not
that
have
was
plot
good.
armor.
So yeah, I really believe that it was adrenaline. I mean, losing your brother out of a big rip out of your like hull, um, like that, and trying to fight off this kaiju, you've got so much adrenaline. You just lost your brother, so you've been filled with so much hate to kill this big monster. So now I think you were so lost, so angry, so aggravated in that moment that he was able to take on that full capacity to get to shore.
But if you think about it, right, we actually don't know if the brother died. You know why? I think maybe he drowned, but I don't think the kaiju killed him because if you look at it, right, it yanks him out. It doesn't eat him or anything.
Yeah, it's almost as if he clawed it out. If I understand it,
Like he what?
he or like grabbed the helmet. The kaiju grabbed the helmet and just rips out the brother.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
like he's
and
he's
plus I
intact
think
in that thing.
yeah, and I knew the kaijus use their like mouths to fight with, but I don't think they consume metal. I'm not sure if their biological structure allows them to eat metal. So
Yeah, no, I don't
yeah.
think so. But I think in terms of like what happened, I think. But then also I think that's also like as he said, he was drifting with his brother. His brother like basically gets ripped out. Like he gets like imagine having all that fear going through your head as well.
Nah, Reason, if I can tell you, if that would happen to me, I would be aggravated, bro. I would be furious. Like it's you've got this gap, and apparently in the movie he said he felt like when you're drifting, you feel the other person's connection. So he felt as if he felt everything when his brother got ripped out. So imagine sitting with all of that. So yeah, I think I would go crazy.
Yeah, I don't also understand, right? Okay, if you look at it with the Jaegers, right, and the pilots, they're so in tune
Yeah.
with the machine that basically when the machine takes a hit, they feel it. Why is that?
Ye-
Why would you purposely have that? Like,
mm,
what happens if your arm, like, if you look at it, right, when the kaiju ripped off Gypsy Danger's arm, right, you could
Yeah,
see the
right.
visible pain on the pilot's. I'm like, that's pretty of a stupid,
Yeah,
like
even even when
thing
Riley,
sensor.
so the main character is when he arrives on shore after like his brother got ripped out, whatnot. So you can see the lines of like it. I wanted to say it's a laceration, but it's like cut deep into his skin or burned deep into his skin. So yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So like I mean, why would we have a PlayStation controller that let's say I fall into a pit of lava, now my hands would burn type of thing.
Immersion.
I don't
That's
know if
why.
that, yeah, yeah, that's becoming part of the story type of thing. Yeah,
Yeah, if you
so
don't have
I
third
think that
degree
makes
burns, you don't want to win hard enough.
yeah, like get type of like
Hey, well, then
get
again, then
better,
again, if you
get
think
good
about it,
kid.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, if you think about it, they have those vests that feel like you got shot in the video game. So, I mean, anything is possible
Oh,
nowadays.
yeah. I guess perhaps they live in a world where this technology is a lot more accessible. So I don't know. Or perhaps maybe the reason could be that it just integrates better to their systems. So I
Yeah,
have no idea.
maybe it brings a stronger connection also. Maybe it's like that as well, so it knows its um how can I say, it knows its awareness in the world basically. So like you're not stepping on things you're not supposed to, and you're not hitting things
Yeah,
that you're not supposed to, sort of thing. Like if you can feel everything basically, you'll be more like sort of
aware
aware of everything as
combat.
well.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, we can take also the one scene where they had to go and close the portal for the kai when where the kaiju's come through. Um, he actually said we're switching to instruments, so um, it's not as if you're totally entwined with the machine. So it's still like you're piloting a airplane type of thing. So when
Mm.
there's a big
A big
rainstorm,
aeroplane
you can
that
yeah
can destroy
the visuals
things.
are so yeah. I mean the visuals are so low. You have to use your instruments. So it's kind of cool, not fully integrated, but because I
Mm.
mean then they would stick machines in their eyes, and I don't think that's the option.
Also, like, why did you put the pilot? Okay, let's think, right? I would say, well, why would you put the pilot at the top of the thing? Because, like, it's the most vulnerable spot, I guess.
Yeah.
But then I was also like, well, then again, um, like, if you look at that Russian one, right, that thing looks so armored that, like, you couldn't, like,
Yes.
break through its skull, basically. Like, you get what I mean?
Yeah. But that was also one of the first generation um Jaegers. So that thing also it had its weaknesses. So um man, that's a I mean it did look tough, and even though his fists look incredibly bigger than a lot of these Jaegers do.
All
But
right.
is then
So,
wait
yeah, say what you need to say.
sorry. My last point is weight the weight truly so this is where I take a slice out of your pie. Um let's with the true weight and let's say dimensions of a Jaeger make it the brevity of the combat, if that makes sense. Like, is bigger really better? Would it make
I would
for a better
say
Jaeger?
I would say it depends on what the Jaeger is there for. Like
Yeah,
in terms of I would suggest that like if they were like to make Jaegers and stuff like that, they should make different like
yeah.
class of Jaegers. Sort of be like your striker class, that ones that can go toe to toe with the kaiju, like as in heavy
Oh,
artillery. Also have like ranged ones that will like because remember kaiju also evolve and adapt. So having these different types or different class of Jaegers, ones that are like there to brawl, like if you actually look okay, if you think about it, right? Striker Eureka is more of a in and out type of fighter. Like it can
yeah.
hit you from a distance, but it can also go up close, hit, and retreat again. If you look at it right, Striker Eureka doesn't. If you looked at it right, it does. It's not a brawler. It's not. It takes hits all the time. It's because it's so fast, it can dodge most of them, right?
Yeah. Avoid the hits. Yes.
While if you looked at the Russian one, that's a brawler class. That's you just there to fight. It has no ranged
Yeah.
weaponry. So like
I
I would
think
think,
that one, Cherno Alpha, takes the hits head on
yeah.
and is
And I think
designed for that
it
type of
yes,
thing.
I would say that's a brawler. So I would say in terms of having different classes of Jaegers, like ones that can battle from a range, ones that can dart in and dart out, and ones that can straight up brawl. I mean, it's a lot of variation, and what's good is like it keeps the kaiju guessing, and also you can have all three. You can have three Jaegers going after one kaiju. or
Mm.
like so it doesn't know which one to go for, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
Hmm.
all right.
I
So
think
let's
I
go on
think
to the segment of rewatch. Are you gonna rewatch it or are you gonna regret it?
okay. Yeah, I think that would also conclude this episode for now. I think we can then move on maybe to a part two discussing the rewatch, if it's rewatchable, the second one. And yeah, I don't think that episode will be too long. But yeah, to conclude
Yeah, don't worry,
in this,
folks.
the rewatch. Yeah. So we also want to make it enjoyable to you guys. So if I would say rewatchable or regrettable, this particular movie, rewatchable. 100%. 110% rewatchable. I've actually rewatched it a few times. And
Same here,
it's
same
every
here. Like
time,
I like
it's every time.
giant robots fighting.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't like that?
Yeah, who wouldn't like a robot actually winning, proving humanity's strength and vitality and endurance? So, to be honest, the Jaeger program is the best thing I think that was developed. Coming from a background that loved Iron Giant, Transformers, I mean, Pacific Rim fit into the class of big
All
robots
right.
fighting for good.
Now here's the ultimate question. Since you brought up Transformers, who's winning in a fight? A Jaeger or a Transformer?
Have you seen the absolute sheer size of a Jaeger? The Jaeger
Have
would
you
flatten
seen
a
have you
transformer
seen the
like
absolute
a truck.
unit of Optimus Prime?
Sure, but he's a truck. A Jaeger is as tall as a skyscraper. I mean,
I'm
come on.
sorry. I'm sorry. A Transformer is whooping a Jaeger any day of the week. Let me tell you why, right?
Okay.
Let me tell you why. For the simple
Well, I mean,
reason.
we can also. Why not? I want to hear this totally off the record, but I want to hear what our audience say as well.
All right,
So
cool.
why
Yeah,
not
we'll
in the
leave it up
comment
to you
section?
guys.
Yeah,
Who are
we'll
you
leave it up
on?
to you
Team
guys.
Transformer or Team Jaeger?
I'm definitely Team Jaeger. Recently, he is,
Um,
of course, Team Optimus Prime Transformer. So
definitely.
definitely give me 5 minutes with this guy, and we'll off the record. We're gonna fight it out, and we're gonna try and come to a reasoning. But of you guys, we definitely want to hear what you guys have to say.
And if you're Team Kaiju, please just keep quiet.
Yeah, please leave the chat.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
do
please.
not want to talk to
You
you.
you really did not read the room.
Yeah, then you're one of Newt's. He's the mad scientist in the movie. He's a kaiju groupie from what that one
Kaiju
other scientist said.
groupie.
Please. Yeah, that's what he said. Go watch the. Everybody go just go watch the movie and you'll understand.
Yeah, so anyway, that was us. Popcorn and
All right,
opinions.
so
Signing out.
here's
Hope you have a
opinions.
great day.
I'm a popcorn. Cheers, guys. It was lovely to let you guys hear this message. Have a wonderful day.
Remember, guys,
Have
stay in
fun. Stay
school and
safe.
have fun.
Jinx, you
Bye.
said my line. You said my line. Bye. Cheers, guys.